Yes.
You know, reporters, we love to make comparisons, and I
Of
know
course.
the outpouring has been strong. How does this compare? I'm thinking 9/11, I'm thinking, you know, what happened in Indonesia. How does the outpouring compare to some of these other horrible disasters that we've had?
Well, what was very interesting, the money that came into the Red Cross within the first 48 hours of this disaster outpaced Hurricane Katrina, and it outpaced the giving during the tsunami relief effort. We won't know for sure until all is said and done exactly how much has come in. Like I said, it's going to be a while to determine exactly how much Long Islanders have given, but we do know that we've received thousands of phone calls from Long Islanders, both here in Nassau and in Suffolk, as well as I said, all of our neighboring chapters. This is going to be a long effort. People are stepping up. It's wonderful to see how Americans are giving and how Long Islanders are giving.
And have you lost any members yourself, volunteers, workers? You said you already had some people on the ground in Haiti that were already there. Were there any injuries? Like that?
Well, unfortunately, the American Red Cross office in Port-au-Prince was destroyed during the earthquake, as well as most of the government buildings, the UN building, etc. As far as we know, all of our Red Cross workers were safe. We hope they continue to be, because of course, the main brunt of the damage has happened already. Of course, you've had the earthquake, you've had the buildings come down. Of course, now there are the issues of not having enough clean water, which is going to lead to disease. Of course, they're desperately trying to get the bodies off of the streets and into graves, or hopefully able to get people home. This is going to be not just a right now, an immediate disaster. It's going to be a long-term disaster.
Sam, anything locally from this chapter? Have they gone over to Haiti?
We have no plans to send anyone from Long Island. Basically, the volunteers, though our volunteers would love to go, as one of them is pointing to himself right now, wishing he could go. Our volunteers would love to go, but at this time, the volunteers that are going there are highly trained in responding to international disasters. They've been with the Red Cross for a while, and it's unlike a usual, when we send someone to a hurricane or to a tornado, they're generally there for a week or two, and then you're able to rotate them out. Volunteers going to places like Haiti for a disaster like this, they're going for a minimum of 3 months, if not longer. For some, they may be there for years with recovery programs helping to reestablish water and other infrastructural needs.
Can you talk about, you mentioned that you had to bring in extra volunteers for phone calls. Can you discuss the amount of volunteers you would have on a normal weekend as opposed to the ones that are in here now, have been in here now?
Well, normally on a weekend, especially a holiday weekend like this, we really wouldn't be here. Unless we're having classes, there's normally no one in this building. We have an answering service to handle our emergency calls, which of course then go to our volunteers who are on call. But just due to the nature of the phone calls that we've been receiving, we knew that there'd still be phone calls coming, even with it being the weekend. So we brought volunteers to answer the phones. It was a smart idea because we have been getting phone calls. The phone calls have not stopped. And we did have people who came in. We had, as I said, about $10,000 has come in so far through people stopping by the office or through the mail. And I'm sure tomorrow's mail, with today being a holiday and no mail, tomorrow's mail is probably going to be quite significant.
How many volunteers are answering the phones?
We have a minimum of 2 volunteers who are manning the phones at any given time for our chapter.
Is that 10 different individuals?
Sam, only because I see the sign as I sit here, cell phones save lives in Haiti. Are you asking for cell phone donations, or what's that?
No, that's referring to our text program, which, as I've said, that text program, Text Haiti to 90999, has been amazing. $21 million in less than a week. It's one of the simplest, easiest ways for anyone to do anything. And people can rest assured the fact that MGive is not charging the Red Cross any fees for processing this. That full $10 is going to the Red Cross.
Sam, anything else you can recommend to people as far as donating? A lot of people like to donate online. What can you recommend people look for before they donate?
Well, they should research the organization they're going to donate to. Make sure that organization actually is doing things. Find out about them. As I said, we proudly stand on the fact that 91 cents of every dollar is going toward the relief effort and not towards all the other expenses. The fact that the Red Cross is a volunteer organization for the most part, 95% of our workforce is volunteer. That's why we're able to keep that number down. Make sure that, feel free to ask. If they don't have it on their website, what their, giving propensity is, how much goes to programs, how much goes to services, call them. Charities, if a charity is a good charity, if they're a good nonprofit and believe in what they do, they will gladly tell you the right answer. So research, it's all about research.
And why do you think that, you said in the first 48 hours of the earthquake, there's been a bigger outpouring, I guess, of money and donations than Katrina and Indonesia? Why do you think that is?
Well, it's hard to really say exactly, why it is that people would give more, especially during a time when we're all hurting so much. I think a big factor in all of this, besides the fact that we're seeing it constantly on the news, and Haiti is a neighbor, whereas there are other times there are disasters across the world, and we'll hear about it for a few days, but with Haiti being so close, I think, and with so many Haitians living within America, it brings it home a little more. And of course, technology has drastically changed the way people give money. It is so easy when you think about the fact that you can just take out your phone now, and almost everyone has a cell phone now, and you simply send a text and send in money. It's also social media sites such as Facebook and Twitter. If for those who go on Twitter, if you go on there, almost every tweet is something about Haiti. And it's either what people are doing or how you can give, and it's just been amazing the way word has spread. I think that technology has really changed the face of not only how we respond to disasters, but how we raise money for disasters.